It's the season for gift guides and Black Friday deal roundups, and no shade, I watch them all, but they can get to feel kind of the same. Also, if you watch too many of those videos, you start to think that maybe a 1000 mAh battery charger is the greatest gift of all, and I need to make an intervention. And just confidential to desperate in Node Gift Ideasville, do not give your girlfriend a charging brick this Christmas, even one from Anker. So, as a bit of counter-programming, I want to share 10 ideas for goofy gifts. Are these the best value or the best made? Absolutely not. At least one of the items I'm going to mention is straight up shoddy, and they're all totally unnecessary. Well, almost all of them. But I own them, I love them, and even with those pretty big caveats, I recommend them all. Okay, number one on my list is a thermal camera, hold it the right way up, and or a thermal printer. As you can tell from the appearance, these are meant for children. They're a toy. They print on what is basically receipt paper, and as anyone who has kept a receipt in a warm place or for a long time knows, that means the printing will fade and maybe even disappear completely at some point. It is not archival, but it is so much fun. Let me demonstrate how quickly they print by taking a selfie. Oh, got to turn it on first though. See how quick that was? It's very easy and cheap to find the paper you need, and it comes in white, in various colors. You can buy stick paper and transparent sticky paper, which means you can put them on paper or inside cards and get effects like this. You can use them in art projects, you can use them to make zines, you can take them to a party and take tons of photos and pretend that you are rich enough not to worry about how much it costs to print lots of Polaroid or Instax prints. The camera allows you to just point, shoot, and print. You can connect your phone to the printer via Bluetooth and print anything from your photo roll. They only print in black and white, but honestly, that means that sometimes the most banal prints look like works of art. There are lots of great videos on YouTube about these cameras and printers. I'll link to some of my favorites below. These are fun and goofy, and I have absolutely loved playing with them. Remember earlier when I said that at least one item on my list was downright shoddy? Well, let me introduce number 2, which is the Auraglow LED light up USB wall or desk word clock. Oof. So yes, a clock that lights up to tell the time in words. Now, a few words of warning. First, even when it is working to spec, this clock only tells the time in 5-minute increments. So for example, it is 20 minutes past 3 until it is 25 minutes past 3. Well, that sounds good enough, right? Yeah, except that in the case of mine at least, it sometimes just randomly resets itself and in the act becomes completely inaccurate. This cost me £22, but I should mention that the USB cable that was supposed to be in the box was missing, and I had to buy another one for I think £3.50 or so. I also want to mention that several of the reviews that I saw on a popular online shopping site mentioned that if you were thinking of putting this clock in the bedroom, be warned that the light it emits is pretty bright. So an overly bright, unreliable clock that doesn't tell the time at all accurately, even at the best of times, and sometimes really not at all. So it's not for everyone, that's for sure, but it's a vibe, and it is my vibe. The third item is kind of difficult for me to show because of where I have it set up in my office. So I'm going to put in some images from that popular online shopping site that I was referring to earlier. This is the Pegzone Modern White Desk Organizer. Basically, it's a pegboard and desk organizer that you can clamp onto the side of your desk. It fits desk with a depth of 0.4 of an inch to 2.2 inches, and it can hold up to 22 pounds. It comes with some honestly pretty cute pegboard accessories. I use this thing to store notebooks. You could also put a tablet or even a small laptop in there. I also hang my headphones on it. Otherwise, though, I don't really take advantage of all the pegboardiness. I've looked at those IKEA pegboards forever, but while they always look cool, super cool, on YouTube desk setup videos, it seems like most people use them to hold their 37 mechanical keyboards and their 14 baskets of miscellaneous hot swappable keys, none of which I have or want. But with the Pegzone modern white desk organizer, I get to have what I genuinely think is the cool factor of a pegboard without having to admit to myself that I don't really own the kind of accessories that are best suited to being stored on a pegboard. This cost me £39, which is honestly kind of embarrassing, but do I regret the purchase? No, I absolutely do not. Item number 4 is something that is very, very basic, but it does its job so well. It is a weighted bookmark. I like to read when I'm eating, but I never know how to handle the book when I'm wielding a knife and fork or just have slightly messy hands. Enter the weighted bookmark. It allows you to read hands-free. Genius! Mine was a gift, but you can find one like this online for somewhere around £7. Okay, now I'm feeling bad about dissing those people who make gift guides and talk up charging bricks, because number 5 on my list is cable ties. Okay, not exactly glamorous, but these ones are at least A, colourful, B, reusable, and C, let's face it, cute. You can use them for cable management, but you can also use them for less tech-centric gatherings and groupings, from closing bags of chips to gathering together, I don't know, socks in a suitcase or that kind of thing. I paid £7 for 20 of these things, and I don't regret it for a minute. Speaking of colourful, suggestion number 6 is a Curaprox toothbrush. These are very good toothbrushes, especially if, like me, you require a very soft brush head. These are Swiss made and they are absolutely gorgeous. These have been my toothbrush of choice for many years because they look so darn good. Check out these color combinations. I swear one day I will go to a costume party dressed as a Curaprox toothbrush. The price varies according to the degree of softness, but the cost is definitely comparable to those dull, boring, drab, everyday toothbrushes that you can get just about everywhere. Okay, number 7 on my list of goofy gifts is a knitted cactus. I do have a real plant in my office, but I spend a lot of time worrying about it because I am a lifelong plant killer. Not by avocation, you understand, but a flora murderer nevertheless. I know that fake plants don't provide the benefits of real ones, but this one, it just makes me smile. I bought it at a local independent gift store, and I would love to have an entire nursery full of them. My 8th recommendation is cool post-it notes. Okay, I hear myself, and I know that there's not a massive distance between charging bricks and post-it notes when it comes to receiving them as gifts, but hey, I did say cool post-it notes. These incredibly practical objects don't only come as yellow squares. Not that there's anything wrong with yellow squares of post-it notes, but they do come in all shapes and sizes, many of which, like these ones, are downright attractive. The penultimate item on my list, numero 9 if you will, is a cloth handkerchief. Just as I didn't want to show you my used toothbrushes, it feels weird to put my used handkerchiefs on the internet, even clean ones, so here are some that I haven't used yet, or that I've used only as props. Again, inspiring, practical. Yes, it's something you're going to blow your nose on, but it is also a thing of beauty. Every time I see one of these, whether it's in my pocket, in my closet, in anywhere, my spirits are lifted. My final item is something I really enjoyed in 2024 and haven't been able to find for 2025. This was a calendar that displayed the current month along with the following 2 months. It's super helpful. This one came from Muji. It was made by Bagasse Paper. Come on, I said Bagasse. But the Muji website isn't listing one for next year, at least not at the moment, and I haven't come across anything similar anywhere else. If you know of a source, please let me know in the comments below. Before I go, I will mention one more, final for real this time, gift idea. My book, A Place of Our Own, 6 Spaces That Shaped Queer Women's Culture, would make a great gift for all kinds of readers. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Happy gift giving.